They're also covering 60% of their games at the Moda Center. Now, scoring-wise, Portland 63% to the over in their games at the current line. Cleveland 6-1 to the over in their last 7. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take Portland minus 13 in the over 218 in that one. Next game, that is going to be Jazz at the Clippers, 10:30 tip-off in Los Angeles. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. The Clippers open 2, down to minus 1.5. Total open 221 and a hook, up to 223. 56% are leaning Clippers, 66% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Jazz are plus 105 for some money line cash. Now we have Rubio out with a thigh, Exum out with an ankle, Nato out with a groin. That's all for Utah. Meanwhile, on the Clippers side of things, no reported injuries at this time. The Clippers are 17-8 against the spread when laying the points. They're also covering 69% of their games as the official home favorite. Utah on the other side just 25th in scoring on the road, 26 in road three-point shooting as well. And when it comes to scoring, Utah's 4-1 to the under in their last 5. Clippers 6-1 to the under in their last 7. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, take the Clippers minus 1 and the under 223 in that one. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some college basketball. We're going to go ahead and begin with Auburn at Texas A&M, 7 o'clock tip-off at Texas A&M. Auburn open 4, up to minus 6.5. Total open 149, up to 150. 67% are leaning Auburn, 69% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Aggies of Texas A&M are plus 245 for some money line cash. Now, Auburn's 12-3 straight up overall for the year. They're covering 75% of their games, taking on teams allowing more than 72 points per contest. Meanwhile, on the A&M side of things, they failed to cover in 6 out of their last 8 at home. They also ranked 208 in college basketball in defensive rebounding. Not good getting those boards on the defensive end. And when it comes to the scoring, Texas A&M 5-1 to the under in their last 6 at home. Auburn 4-1 to the under in their last 5 when traveling. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and take Auburn minus 6 and the under 150 in that one. Next game, Kansas State, Oklahoma, 7 o'clock tip-off at OU. The Sooners open 6.5 all the way down to minus 5. Total open 128.5 all the way up to 129 and a hook. 65% are leaning Oklahoma, 68% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, K-State's plus 180 for some money line cash. Now, if you like Kansas State in this matchup here, just keep in mind they're going up against an Oklahoma squad who is 13-3 straight up overall for the year, 14-2 against the spread in that same category. The Sooners rank 7th in offensive rebounding in college basketball. They also rank 8th in opposing teams' field goal percentage. Now, on the K-State side of things, they failed to cover in 7 out of their last 10. They're also just 3-6 straight up in their last 9 on the road, dating back to last season. When it comes to scoring, Kansas State is 4-1 to the over in their last 5 in Oklahoma. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take the Sooners minus 5 and the over 129.5 in that one. Next game, Iowa at Penn State, 7 o'clock tip-off at the Bryce Jordan Center. Penn State open as a pick'em. They're now minus 1.5. Total open 142.5 down to 141. 67% are leaning Iowa. 61% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Hawkeyes are plus 105 for some money line cash. Now, if you like Iowa on the road here, they are 14-3 straight up overall for the season. 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. The Hawkeyes rank 32nd in points scored in college basketball. They're also 9-1 straight up in their last 10. They're taking on a Nittany Lions squad who's dropped 5 out of their last 6. They're also just 6-11 against the spread overall for the year. This Penn State squad covers just 28% of their games, taking on teams over 650. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Penn State is 75% to the under at the Bryce Jordan Center, 5-0 to the under in their games at the current posted total. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it up, and take Iowa plus 2 and the under 141 in that one. Next game, Iowa State. At Texas Tech, 9 o'clock tip-off at Texas Tech. The Red Raiders open 5, up to minus 5.5. Total open 132, up to 132 and a hook. 65% are leaning Texas Tech, 51% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Cyclones are plus 205 for some money line cash. Now, if you like Iowa State in an upset here, just keep in mind they're taking on a Texas Tech team who's 15-1 straight up overall for the year, a perfect 11-0 straight up at home. They're second in the country in points allowed, first in the country in opponents' field goal percentage, and second in the country in opponents' three-point percentage as well. Now, Iowa State on their side of things, they're just 3-4 against the spread on the road, 3-4 against the spread, taking on teams over 650. They're also covering 25% of their games, taking on teams allowing less than 67 points per contest. Now, when it comes to scoring, Iowa State is averaging 77 points per contest on the road, so they have been able to score when traveling. Meanwhile, Texas Tech is averaging 74 points per contest at home, so I think we'll see a little bit more scoring than most will project in this one. Give me Texas Tech -5 after buying the half a point, and the over 132.5 in that one. Next and final game for our college basketball slate. It is going to be Houston at SMU. Houston at SMU, 9 o'clock tip-off at Southern Methodist. Houston open 1.5 down to 1. Total open 135 up to 136 and a hook. 69% are leaning Houston, 70% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, the Mustangs are plus 105 for some money line cash. Now, Houston's 16-1 straight up overall for the year, 11-6 against the spread in those 17 ball games. They rank 8th in points allowed in the country. They're also 2nd in the country in opponents' field goal percentage. SMU 5-0 to the under in their last 5. Give me Houston -1 and the under 136.5 in that one. All right, we are going to slide into our final segment for the show. It is going to be NHL, and we're going to start off with Boston at Philadelphia. Past it. Boston at Philadelphia, 7:30 Eastern tip-off in South Philly. The Bruins open 140 up to -145. Totals at 6. 71% leaning toward Boston, 54% shaded toward the over. Phillies plus 135 on the money line. Boston plus 180 on the puck line. We have Halleck in net for Boston. Carter Hart in net for Philadelphia. Nordstrom's out with a fibula injury for Boston. They're also 4-8 in their last 12 puck line plays on the road. Philadelphia is winning 67% of their games, taking on teams allowing less than 2.6 goals per contest. When it comes to scoring, Philly's 12-5 to the under in their last 17. Boston 15-5 to the under in their last 20 away from home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take the Philadelphia Flyers plus 1.5 on the puck line and the under 6 goals in that one. Next game, Buffalo at Calgary, 9:30 tip-off in Calgary. The Flames open 250 all the way down to 225, total 6.5. 72% are leaning Calgary, 70% shaded toward the over. Buffalo's plus 185 on the money line. Calgary's plus 115 on the puck line. We have Hutton for Buffalo, Rittich for Calgary. For Buffalo, Nelson is out with an upper body injury. Now on the Calgary side, Harmonich is questionable. Valimaki's out with a lower body injury. Speaking of Calgary, though, they are still 5-0 straight up in their last 5, 7-1 straight up in their last 8. The Flames are winning 70% of their games on their home ice, 74% as the official home favorite, and they rank 2nd in the NHL in scoring. Now, total-wise, Buffalo's 5-1 to the over in their last 6, 60% to the over, taking on teams over 550. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Calgary, laying the goal and a half, getting the job done on the puck line for plus $1.15, and the over 6.5 goals in that one. All right, next and final game for the show, it is going to be Sharks Coyotes, 10 o'clock puck drop in Arizona. The Sharks open 155 down to -150. Total open 5.5 up to 6. 52% are leaning Arizona, 72% shaded toward the over. The Coyotes are plus 130 on the money line. San Jose's plus 175 on the puck line. We have Dell for the Sharks, Kemper for the Coyotes. Arizona's 4-1 in their last 5 puck line plays, taking on San Jose. and the Sharks are winning just 43% of their games as the official road favorite. Now, when it comes to the scoring, San Jose is 75% to the over in their second of a back-to-back. Give me Arizona plus 1.5, getting the job done on the puck line, and the over 6 goals in that one.